विशेषाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 1st chapter. Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Now, Parikshit Maharaj is replying. Shri Raja Uvacha Drishta Shrutabhyam Yat Papam Janannapyatmano Ahitam Karoti Bhuyo Vivashaha Prayaschittamatho Katham। महाराज परीक्षित बोललें पाप करिले इहलोके राजदंड ओ लोक निंदादि भय एवं परलोके नरक पातादि घटिया थाके। इहा देखिया शुनिया पुरुष पाप के निजेर अहित कर बोलिया जानते पारे, किंतु इहा जानियाऊ विवश होइया प्रायश्चित्तेर परऊ पुरुष पुनः पुनः आबार से ही पाप कर्म ही करिया थाके। Parikshit Maharaj is telling that when if we are committing any sinful action, if we perform any bad action, then we will get punishment while living and also after death. Many knows this. That even if I cannot escape, if I had done a sinful activity, I cannot escape punishment. Even in this material world, if we do something wrong, then we will get punishment from the king or the ruler, whoever is the minister or the police, whatever it is. But still, like a thief, he knows that to steal is wrong. It's not that he doesn't know, but still he does it. Because even in spite of knowing that he will get punishment for it, he will do it. Lokanindar bhai. And also ordinary people, they will, chastise him. If person is performing any sinful action or a bad action, then people will automatically they will blame him, they will blaspheme him, they will ostracize him, they will, the king will punish and people will blame. But still, in spite of knowing all this, in spite of hearing all this, and in spite of even seeing all this, still the living entity is so much bound that he is performing these sinful actions. Means, our Swami Maharaj used to say that there are three kinds of rascals. First rascal is the one who knows that, by performing a sinful action, we will be punished by the police, whatever, I will be punished. He knows, or he doesn't know, but he hears someone is telling that if you steal something, then police will punish you. Then he will immediately rectify himself. Oh, I will be punished, then I shall not engage myself in this activity. He will immediately stop as soon as he hears that there is trouble in doing so. He is third class rascal. Second class rascal is the one who hears, okay, no problem, I can do it. I can escape from the police. So he, in spite of hearing, he will, pay no attention to it and he will engage in sinful action, or robbery or stealing, whatever it is. Then he is caught by the police, and then police takes him to the prison house, and then he is given a very nice treatment in the police station. Then because he now has realized, or he has now experienced, oh, whatever I heard is correct. I shall not engage in sinful activities any longer. Let me try to rectify myself. He is second class rascal. Means, first, he, in spite of hearing, he will engage. But after experience, he will at least stop doing it. But there is a first class rascal. Who is he? He hears, he experiences, but still he thinks that, oh, next time I can escape. This time I was caught, but next time I can escape. I know how to escape from the police. He is a first class rascal. Means there is no, that person can never change. So Swami Maharaj used to say that we are first class rascals, first class fools, fool number one. Why? Because we know that there is problem. We are experiencing problem, but still we want to be in the problem. This is our problem. So here Parikshit Maharaj is telling that even though they know that they get punishment, even though they know that people will, blame him, even though he knows that after death he has to undergo hellish planets, still, because of their, they are so much conditioned that they cannot stop themselves from engaging in sinful actions. Therefore, what kind of atonement is this? You commit a sin and you atone for it, again engage in sin, again atone for this. Means you have done robbery, go to the jail, again come out, do another robbery, go to the jail, again do another robbery, go to the jail. What is the point? So many times coming out of the jail and then going into the jail, coming out, going in. What is the use of it? Such kind of atonement has no use. Why? Because his tendency to engage in sinful activities is not finished. He is doing sinful action and then he is atoning for it. Okay, done. I have done bad activity, now I have done good activity. Now finished, let me do fresh bad activity. Let me do another bad activity. He will do, and then he will do atonement. In this manner it will continue. What is the use? Please sit on the mat here, you can come. It is cold. So, what is the use of such an atonement? अतएव द्वादश वार्षिक व्रतादि के किरूपे व प्रायश्चित बोला जाते पारे. Like, there is a kind of an atonement that one has to undergo for 12 years. Intense, severe practices for 12 years. Even if one undergoes that kind of atonement for 12 years, what is the use of it? After 12 years, again he is engaging in that sinful action. Like 14 years of prison. In your country, what is lifetime sentence?
Yeah,
14 years?
Life is, I think in 15 years you
15.
can get parole.
Okay, in India it is 14 years is lifetime sentence. So after 15th year you will be released from the jail. But after coming out of the jail, again you engage in the same activity. What is the use of it? So here 12 years of certain kind of penance is there to free oneself from the sinful actions. But if he is engaging again in that, what kind of atonement is this? ওই সকলের দ্বারা যখন প্রায়শ্চিত্তের পরও পুনঃ পুনঃ পাপ প্রবৃত্তি হইয়া থাকে তখন উহারা প্রকৃত প্রায়শ্চিত্ত শব্দ বাচ্য নাই. This cannot be called as atonement, because even after atoning, one is repeatedly engaging in those sinful activity only. What kind of atonement? I cannot call this as an atonement. Yesterday we heard Sukadeva Goswami is telling that atonement by engaging in good activity or whatever, certain in Manusmriti, etc., there are certain procedures given there that you have to do this for this kind of a sin. For this kind of a sin, you have to do like this. Like, we heard expert doctor gives medicine as per the degree and the type of disease we have got. In a similar manner, as per the degree and the type of sin we have performed, Manusmriti and other scriptures, they tell us this is what you have to do. This is atonement. You have to atone for this. Parikshit Maharaj is telling, I disagree with this, because it cannot be called as atonement if one is again engaging. Actually, the thing is that if there is a rescue, if there is a remedy for this, then what we are thinking is, okay, I can commit sin and there is a remedy for it. I can eat sweet and I can take diabetes medicine. I can eat sweet, I can take diabetes medicine. So this is only intensifying the disease. And to commit a sinful action on the strength of another atonement or any such activity is more sinful. To commit a sin on the strength of it, or on the, knowing that, oh, there is an atonement, there is a remedy for this, no problem, therefore I shall do or engage in this sin, this is even more dangerous. So, Sukadeva Goswami is telling that I cannot consider this as an atonement. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, এই प्रायश्चित्तेर मतके आख्ये पूर्वक असत अर्थात उत्तम विवेचना ना करिया बोलितेछेन दृष्ट श्रुत इत्यादि दुईटी श्लोके. In the next two verses, this verse and the next verse, Parikshit Maharaj is telling that this kind of prayaschitta or atonement is not ultimate. Yes, maybe it's kind of atonement because in the scriptures it is written that one has to do this. He cannot completely negate it. He is telling that, but this is not the best. There should be something superior to this. Just like Rai Ramananda and Mahaprabhu, there was a conversation. Rai Ramananda is telling Swadharma Acharane, Vishnu Bhakti, engage in your material activity while performing Vishnu Bhakti. Mahaprabhu told, Ihabahyo, this is external, Age Kahoar, this is not best. But when he told that, about the Prema Bhakti, Iha Uttam, this is best. Till then he said Ihabahyo, and then Rai Ramananda, when he told that unalloyed devotion without any mixture of karma and jnana is sadhya, is our goal, then Mahaprabhu says Iha hoy, this is good. This is good. So far he is telling this is external, this is not good. But now he is telling this is good. Guru Maharaj used to say, when Rai Ramananda, when he told that Swadharma Vishnu Bhakti means engage in devotion while performing your family duties, material duties, Mahaprabhu did not say it is wrong. Mahaprabhu said it is external. There is difference. Why did he not say wrong? Because it is there in the scriptures. He did not speak anything outside the scriptures. Rai Ramananda did not speak anything outside the scriptures. It is within the scriptures that one has to engage in devotional activity while performing their material duties properly. Varnashrama dharma. But this is external. In a similar manner here, Parikshit Maharaj is not telling that this is wrong. Whatever you said is wrong. No, he is telling that this is not the best. This is because the nature of the sinner has not changed yet. The sin has been atoned for, but the sinner's nature has not changed yet. Drishtang Rajadanda Shrutang Narakapatadi. There are two things mentioned here. Drishtang, Shrutang. Drishtang means to see, Shrutang means to hear. We have seen, or personally we have experienced the punishment of the king. And Shrutam, we heard that in hellish planets there will be suffering. Even though we don't have any remembrance of it, we have undergone hellish planets for sure. several times, not once or twice. For several times we have been to hellish planets, we have experienced it, but still we have forgotten. But we hear from the scriptures and from experienced persons. Ramgati Prabhu and so many others, devotees only, in the devotee community only, they have seen various kinds of sufferings. I am not going to the details of that. They have seen, they have come back. One of the devotees, one of the disciples of our Param Gurudev, he came back. Yama, there was a mistake, was taken by mistake. He was almost set to fire. His fire was about to be burnt. At that time he suddenly, got up. I saw him in Gwalpada. Now he is no more. He belongs to Assam. He was taken to hellish planets for subjecting him to sufferings. But then suddenly, there was some mistake, and then he was again sent back. And then he got up from the fire. This is not a story. I personally met him, that devotee. So they have told that this is what it is. The hellish planets are. There are lot of suffering is there. So many persons are suffering there. Ramgati Prabhu personally experienced. He directly experienced that kind of problem. And then he gave up all those, unwanted things, unwanted eatables, or all those things, and then he engaged in Hari Bhajan. So we are hearing and we are personally experiencing or seeing the punishment. अर्थात पाप करिले राजदंड एवं नरक प्राप्ति घटे, because we are seeing and we are hearing that if we perform sinful sins, we will be punished in this material world and in the hellish planet also. एरु प्रत्यक्ष एवं शास्त्र द्वारा पाप के निजेर अहित कर जानिते पारिले. Therefore we understand that it is not beneficial for us. For engaging in sinful activities is not good for us. Everyone will understand this. मानुष प्रायश्चित्तेर परौ पुनराय जेनो पापेर वशीभूत होइयाई पाप अनुष्ठान करे एरूप लोक देखा जाए. Even though knowing this, that this is not good for me, still the living entities are engaging in sinful. They are atoning for it. Oh, I will get suffering, therefore I will atone for this. But even after atoning, still engaging in the same sinful actions. Atho ataiva प्रायश्चित्त की प्रकारे पापनाशक. Therefore, how can this atonement be destroying one's sins? It cannot be destroying anyone's sins, because it's only, enhancing more and more sinful activities. এই অর্থ পাপ নাশ প্রাপ্ত হইলে পুনরায় পাপের উৎপত্তি হইতো না এই ভাব. If the sins are destroyed, then there cannot be birth of sins again. He is telling that to be prayashchit, that to be atonement. A complete destruction of sins means there cannot be manifestation of new sins again. That is what it means. Therefore, how can this kind of atonement be the destructor of sins? Please tell me a superior way to atone, not this atonement. क्वचिन निवर्तते अभद्रात् क्वचित चरति तत्पुनः प्रायश्चित्तं मथो अपार्थं मन्ये कुंजर शौचवत्. কখনো পুরুষ পাপ হইতে নিবৃত্ত হয়, আবার কালান্তরে পুনরায় সেই প্রকার পাপেই আচরণ করিয়া থাকে. Sometimes a living being, a human being, is engaged in atonement activity, to atone the sinful activity. He is engaging in some atonement, and then the next moment we see that he is again engaging in sinful action. If you have been to crematorium, particularly in the relatives, etc., you will see that everyone becomes a philosopher in the crematorium ground. They say ultimately everyone has to come here. Everyone has to die. He earned so much and well-known person. Everything is finished in a flash. Now he's like, all of us will have to ultimately come here. Isn't it? Everyone will speak this philosophy in the crematorium ground. The moment he comes out of the ground, again he is engaging himself in all, oh, I have to earn money, I have to collect money from that person. The moment coming out, he is immediately thinking, I have to collect money from there, I have to kill that person, I have to beat that, chastise that person. So many things. Why? What is the use of such philosophy? So this prayaschitta, this atonement is like that. Oh, I have done mischievous activity, I have committed sinful activity, oh Lord, please rescue me. Like our Swami Maharaj used to say, the Christians, they go to the church every Sunday. Every Sunday they go to the church and they say, what do they say?
Forgive me for my sins.
Forgive me for all my sins. And then the next day, not next day, the next moment, again starts. Because next Sunday I can go and again confess. And then it continues. It's a kind of an atonement they are doing, but again, the confession is a kind of atonement. It's also an atonement. Not everyone can confess also. It's not easy. It's not easy to confess. But of course, they are not doing out of heart. It's just out of, it has become more like religious activity. They do it out of, practice every Sunday. Like every day we go and do Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, but actually we are not doing it. That has become, okay, when we see a Vaishnava Vancha Kalpatarubhyas, we have to do. We are also like that only, we don't have to blame anyone for that. Why Christians, we are also like that. Because we are actually not feeling it when we are offering obeisance to a Vaishnava. We are just, okay, oh, I have to do this formality. Let me finish this formality when I see a Vaishnava. But that kind of thing has no value. So here, he is telling that, they are atoning. But then, after that, they are again engaging themselves in sinful action. এই জন্যই মনে হয় কর্মকাণ্ডীয় প্রায়শ্চিত্ত হস্তিস্নানের ন্যায় নিরর্থক. Therefore, I think that this karmis, those who are karmakanda, as per karmakanda, whatever atonement they are undergoing, it is just like an elephant's taking bath. Elephant's bath means, you know what it is, right? Elephant taking bath means, elephant is spending a lot of time taking bath in the river or water body, wherever it is. Spends a lot of time. If you see elephants taking bath, they go in, group, and they enjoy a lot in the water. They, one of the elephants or all the elephants, they sprinkle water on each other. For a lot of time they spend in the water. They also lie down on the shore in the water. And then soon after they come out of the water, they put dust with the same trunk all over their body. So they have taken bath for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is, only to again dust themselves. So Parikshit Maharaj is telling that this karmakandiya means the process of karmakanda atonement is like the elephants taking bath. No use. It is simply useless. It's only for a very, very limited period of time. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Kvachit kokhanau yavvan kale abhadrat pap hoite nivritti hoileu পুনরায় সেই পাপেই কখনো বার্ধক্য কালে লোকে অনুষ্ঠান করে. During the young age, one is engaged in some sinful activity, because young age means very, it doesn't care for anything. When one is young, it does not care for anything. It's so careless one, behaves. But as they grow a little older, they think, I shouldn't have done like that. Isn't it? Most of us, if not all, most of us, they think, I shouldn't have done like that. But soon, within a few years again, you see that you have done the same mistake again. Once you thought that, oh, I have not done properly, it was not appropriate. But the same thing again comes up over a period of time. Means our mind is so fickle that now we are thinking that we have done wrong, the next moment we are again, we become slaves of that mind. So he is telling that whatever we thought that we should, what do you call, atone for, the same activity we would have again committed, the sinful activity. Ataiva uha apartham vyartha, means that is useless. Arthat ukta price, means why it is useless is, he is telling that which has not totally removed our desire to commit the sin, what kind of atonement is it? If what is that use of that medicine if it will only give us some temporary relief? It will only remove our symptoms, but the disease is not gone. As long as we are taking the medicine, we feel that we are okay because the symptoms are finished. But soon after, maybe 1 month, 2 months after, again that disease comes back because we have not taken the proper medicine. So here Sukadeva Parikshit Maharaj is telling that that's not a proper medicine, it's not a proper atonement for sinful actions. Ukta prayaschitta ke ami hastir snaner nai nirarthake mone kori. I consider this as useless as an elephant's bath. Hasti jemon snan koriao punarai nijeke dhular dwara malin kore tadrup. Just like the elephant soils himself soon after taking bath, in a similar manner, these sinners, they are, even after atoning, they are again performing in sinful actions. Shri Badarayana Uvacha Karmana Karma Nirharo Nahyat Atyantika Ishyate Avidvadadhikaritvat Prayaschittam Vimarshanam. Vedavyasa Nandan, Sri Shukadev Kahilan, the son of Vedavyasa, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking. Hey Rajan, Papacharan Samoha Karma. Abar Chandrayanadi Prayasit Samoha Karma. He is telling that sinful activities is karma, is an action. And Chandrayana Vrata means atonement, whatever atonement one is going through, is also karma, is also an action. This is also an action, sinful action, and this is an atonement action. Ataiva karmer dwara karmer samule uchcheda asha kora jaina. Means one action cannot nullify another action. Now, when Parikshit Maharaj, when the listener is able to milk the speaker, then the best will come out of him. Parikshit Maharaj is a best listener. He is listening so attentively, so far whatever he has heard, he has grasped it so nicely, that now he is trying to bring out the best from Sukadeva Goswami. So even though he told to perform one kind of an action to nullify another action, now he is telling that one action cannot nullify another action. Our Guru Maharaj also used to say this, that if we have, like we heard one example, that the rich persons, merchants, they earn money by illicit means and they spend money for some good cause, so that this will be nullified by this. But Guru Maharaj used to say, for this you have to go to hell, for this you have to go to heaven. But this cannot nullify. This is also action that is causing bondage. This is also an action that is causing bondage. It's not like nullifying one another. You have to suffer or enjoy for whatever good or bad actions you have performed. So, one action cannot nullify or cannot completely remove the tendency to commit the bad action. Karan ei shakal prayaschittadi karmer adhikarigan saklai avidyagrasta purush. Because the person who has committed sin and the person who is atoning, means the same person, or the person who is asking him to do atonement in this manner, like you in this Manu Samhita, or in this particular scripture, this process is there, you have to undergo. The one who is advising, the one who is doing, both of them are under the spell of illusion. Both actions, sinful action and the atonement action, both are under the illusion. The person who is performing is deluded by Maya. Illusion, Maya. It is illusion. He is actually in the three modes of material nature. Therefore, as long as there is ignorance, this bad action will be there, even if atonement is there. That ignorance is to be destroyed. Sukadeva Goswami is telling that as long as there is this ignorance, one will, even if there is atonement, there cannot be any cause. There cannot be any use of it. তাহাদের अविद्या विध्वंस না হওয়ায় প্রায়শ্চিত দ্বারা একবার পাপক্ষয় হইলেও সংস্কারবশত পুনঃ পুনঃ পাপান্তরেরই अंकुरोद्गम होइया थाके. Because their ignorance is not dispelled, even though their previous sins have been destroyed per se, but still, due to their tendency to commit sin, they will repeatedly engage, because the roots of committing sin, they are not completely destroyed, which is possible only through knowledge. The Guru Maharaj used to give one example, that there was one person who was a thief. He has the tendency to steal, and then he used to take care of his wife and children by this process only. Now the child is grown up like this, and now he became a lawyer. The child, by his father, he earned money through stealing, robbery, etc. only, but he made his son, he gave his son a very good education, and he became a lawyer. Now when the child became a lawyer, it's very difficult to defend on the side of the father if he is doing this job, isn't it? He told, my dear father, please give up this stealing, don't do this. He says, no my dear child, I am used to it, I can stop, because that has gone into the blood, deep rooted it is, that he cannot stop. He says, no, I cannot. So several times the child told, no, do this, but he couldn't. He gave several means, in India particularly, we have Nasha Mukti Kendra, means how to stop engaging in intoxication. Probably you also have it in your countries. I don't know what you call e-cigarettes or whatever is there, no? I don't know, these are
like to develop another habit, but something
better, so that you give up. So they free you from your addiction to intoxicants. So like that, the child repeatedly told the father, please father, please control, so that it's not happening. So he cannot defend every time in the court on the side of his father. So he has constructed a very big house, and then he purchased a lot of land, and he constructed another house within that land. And then he told the father, my dear father, whatever stealing or robbery you want to do within this land. You can steal from that house and bring here, you can steal from this house and keep there, but don't go outside. Because the tendency is there, he cannot stop, he cannot help himself from doing it. Therefore, ultimately the child, he told that I cannot repeatedly go to the court, and fight for you, you do this. So this is one remedy. But this is not the best remedy. So here, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, it is due to ignorance. The roots of that ignorance are not destroyed. Therefore, even though one is atoning for it, still he will engage himself, because he is forced by the three modes of material nature. Prakrite kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasa. Everyone is engaged in the activities being driven by the three modes of material nature. As long as we are in the three modes of material nature, we are bound to be following their dictation. Therefore, Krishna tells to Arjuna that Nishtraigunya, just go beyond the three modes of material nature. Don't stay in the three modes of material nature. If you stay in the three modes of material nature, you would be driven by them. So, all of us, Prakriti Kriyak Manani, all of our nature, everyone's nature is controlled by the three modes of material nature. So, here, avidya, ignorance, is the cause of it. Hey Rajan, আপনি যদি জিজ্ঞাসা করেন প্রকৃত প্রায়শ্চিত্ত কি, তবে বলিতেছি শ্রবণ করুন, অবিদ্যা নিবর্তকত্ব হেতু ভগবদ জ্ঞানী একমাত্র প্রায়শ্চিত্ত. Therefore, my dear king, if you ask me what is the actual atonement, then the reply is the knowledge which dispels ignorance is the only atonement process. Our Guru Maharaj used to say, ignorance cannot be driven out by any means other than light or knowledge. Darkness is there. Guru Maharaj used to say, darkness go away, darkness go away, darkness go away. Darkness will not go away. The moment light comes, darkness will automatically go away. In a similar manner, ignorance, go away, ignorance. No, I don't want ignorance, but it will not go that way. Knowledge, when knowledge, manifests, then automatically ignorance will be gone. Means, if we want to get out of ignorance, the only way is to come into knowledge. Asatoma, sadgamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgamaya, mrityorma, amritangamaya. Asatoma, sadgamaya. Asat to sat. You have to, don't be in asat. Asat means temporary. Satgamaya, go to sat. And tamasoma, jyotirgamaya. Tamas means ignorance. Tamas means darkness. Jyotirgamaya, jyoti means light. From ignorance you have to go to light. Don't stay in ignorance. Mrityorma amritangamaya. Mrityu from death. Oh, time is up. From death you have to go into immortality. So this is what is the process by which we can be freed from ignorance. So Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, if you ask me what is atonement, then knowledge is the way by which one can be freed from ignorance. This is the atonement. We will continue tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. We always have cliffhangers actually.
I'll be saying
I actually suddenly my eyes went on the watch, otherwise I would have continued. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय. श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय. परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय. नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रणम स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय. श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. जय श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी परीक्षित महाराज की जय. समागत हरिकथा श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि.